Shanti Shanti. Yesterday we were discussing Brahman underwent tapas, that is just he was thinking of the creation, that is tapas. But in the real sense, to say tapas, as Bhashyakara says, Shankaracharya, vichar, you should always think what is real and what is unreal. That alone will elevate you from this transitory world. Vichara eva sadho, he says. So here it is something he has started thinking of the creation. And he created all the creatures just considering the actions of the creatures, and he wanted to give the fruits of their actions. That's why he has created. He is not having any selfish motive, and he is not attached to also, and he has nothing to do with the good and bad of the creatures. Only he is giving the fruits of karma of all the creatures. That's all. And after creating what he did, he said, Tasustva Tadevan Prabhu, he has entered. Then the opponent starts questioning. So many questions he put. How he has entered? Says it is not like clay that is becoming jar. And he says, then you can say the clay has entered into pot, becoming dust. Then he says, this is the Brahman. He is not having any parts. That's why you cannot say. And since there is no place where there is no Brahman, it is everywhere. So how he can enter? No place in it which is unfilled by it. And then the opponent says, let us accept parts in it, like a hand put in the mouth. Then he says, there is no place, it is all pervading, and no place in it that is unfilled. He is everywhere. So, we cannot say that he has entered. Then, if he says he has created Jiva, an individual being, and the individual being entered in himself, let us put like this. He says opponent. Then he says, then if Jiva enters, there will be no individuals because he is already entered. He will become one with. That's why he says, we cannot say that particular effect has entered into the other effect. Jar cannot enter the another jar, or cannot merge. Then he says, let us have two parts in Brahman, one is external and internal. Then he says, are the container and the contained. As I always tell you, the part and the space is the part. Part is the container and the space is contained. Let us make like these two parts, he says. Then he says, you see, which is outside and all pervading cannot enter inside. Then he says, all right, let us say that the sun is reflecting in the water like that. Then he says, answers, see, this consciousness is not limited and is formless and all pervading. Sun is limited, and how can we say that which is unlimited and all pervading can enter as a reflection? That also is not possible. Then he says, better remove this sentence.
What is the space which is the contained and which is the container?
The part we say it is the container, and inside space is called contained.
Speaking is the part is contained and space is not space in that.
Both ways you can say, space is only one, is inside and outside. So he says, let us have two parts, one inside and outside. Already it is filled with space, how can the outside one can enter inside? Because it is all pervading. We cannot say it is entering. Then the opponent says, better remove the sentence from the scripture. Then he says, remove this particular sentence. Tat sruštva tadevan pravishat. You better remove this sentence, he says. We should not deny the scriptures, and we should not lose faith in the instructions of the scriptures. So, we can say it is having another meaning. It is having another meaning. What is that? We have started that yo veda nihitam guhayam. One who knows it, one who experiences this particular consciousness in the cave of the intellectual seat or in his heart, the space which is located in his heart. Angushta matra purusho antaratma. We started like this. Who knows it as lodged in the intellect or the space inside, we can say, and the space which is inside and outside are not different. And he says he is residing in this space which is in your heart or the cave, whatever you may call. So, as the scripture says, space has been created afterwards. First, Atman is there as consciousness. Tasmad etasmad Atmana akasha sambhutah. That's why whenever you want a particular knowledge, say directly see or inference, whatever it may you may call, or a comparison, you are directly seeing a thing, or you are inferring a thing, or you are comparing a thing, arthapati, whatever you may call. To have some knowledge, it is necessary that first your presence should be there. Because you say, I am directly seeing, I am inferring. In the same way, whenever you say, something is there before that, this Atman is there. That's why even in Isavasya it is told, Tadejit Tannayajati, and then Nainat Deva Apanvat Purvam Arshat. All these sense organs and mind cannot reach it, cannot overcome it. Because it is all pervading. Wherever mind goes, it is already there. That's why here we have to say, first the consciousness is there, and then the space and other elements have formed, are manifested, are created. And through the mixture of these elements, this body is formed. You may call it a subtle body or a gross body. So these are all the effects, and only there is one cause. And you should always remember, there is one ruler. There are not many rulers. In all the universes, we can say, even the Hiranyagarbha or the Virat also is ruled by Ishvara. If one ruler is there, and if we praise him, if we become one with it, we may realize, he says no. Because he is having an adjunct illusion, Maya, and you are having the adjunct ignorance. In Vedanta, the ignorance of a particular individual and the illusion of Ishvara are not different. When you are telling Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, there is only one, there are not many. So how can you accept there are, the illusion is different and ignorance is different? Only one thing is there. And that's why you have to go beyond the ruler. The ruler, Ishvara, is the cause for everything, for the creation. And this whole creation is the effect. You should go beyond the cause and effect. That is, that which is beyond is not different from your Atma. That is more important, to feel it. We should always feel the presence. In the beginning, it may be difficult, but before starting a work, you remember him. Middle of the work, you remember him. In the end of the work, at least you remember him. That means, your remembering is becoming something like sparse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means. And slowly they become closer. And finally they become a line. If you practice, a underlying current will be going on within you, whatever you do. For example, see, you are having tooth pain or headache. Then God forbid nobody should get it. So the whole day you are doing your work. But where is your mind? It is on the pain of the tooth or the headache. So some portion you have given already, but you are doing your work, you are not foregoing your eating, you are drinking, your all other works. Your mind is always on that particular pain. In the same way, by little practice. After all, we have to train our own mind. So for that training, again and again, if you start remembering, that remembrance will become an underground flow. That's why even Sri Krishna says, Abhyasena tu kaunte vairagyena chidushyate. You should practice. And you need not have any fear. As I told you, many people do think, at least in the beginning of their practice, as, oh, so many bad qualities I am having, so many bad impressions I am having, how to forego all these things. Can I realize in this very life or not? Doubt. See, the highest or supreme consciousness is there already within you. You are already that. Only little cover is there, which you call ignorance, which because of the ignorance, you are attached to this body or mind or the impressions or whatever you may call. So just you have to give up these things. That depends on your own self-reliance or the self-confidence which you are having. If you are having the confidence, you can easily overcome. Yes, I can do it. I am already that. Everything is within me. Why should I get afraid? Isn't it? And another thing, so many people, they do think that the mind is not getting the concentration to think of the highest. See, if you are having, say, some $100, you can give others only $100, not $200. Say, whatever mind is there, whichever is turning towards that highest, with that you proceed. Slowly and slowly, the things will drop off from you. All the bad impressions, or you say, the bad qualities, or the body consciousness, or the ego, all these things will drop off by themselves. So previously also I told, the more you go towards east, west will be off. West is this world and all our, say, attachments and other things, and east is God. So you are proceeding. When you start, one day or other you will reach. In the beginning itself, if you lose the heart, how you will reach? So, you are already that. Self is lodged in the cavity of the intellect, which is the cause of its perception. Right thinking gives rise to right knowledge, he says. So, one should think in right, virtuous lines, in proper lines laid down by the scriptures. Then finally what he says, that's why right thinking gives rise to knowledge, which leads to the perception of the self. Vicharena Nanya Sadhanaihi. It is 358. That's Tad evam akashadi karanam karyam suštva. And this consciousness, which is the cause for space, etc., after creating suštva, he has entered in it. Tad anupravishtham iva antargruhayam buddhau drashtu srotri mantri vignatri ityevam visheshavad upalabhyate. So after entering also as if he has entered. So then this individual, he says he becomes one with the mind and he starts telling, I am the hearer, I am meditating, I am knowing, I am the safe, all these things he says. So you are experiencing it in your own intellect or in the cavity of the intellect, but endowed with attributes, he says, the seer, hearer, thinker and the knower, etc., etc. So the cause for all these things should be there, someone. Without the cause, there is no effect. Is it not? That's why he says it should be perceived like that. Astitvad, astityo upalabdhavya. Tat. First, you should have the confirmation it is existing as the cause for all these things. Without cause, there is no effect. That's why previously I told you, the sun and moon and all these planets, they are big, big planets. When you compare the earth with the sun is so big. You say you compare the sun with a football. And before that the earth is a small seed of some grain. See? And in that, what is your location? What is your existence when compared to the sun? And still, you entertain ego. See the sun, he is a great karma yogi, as Gita puts. He is not taking any help from you, but he has been serving, giving light, etc. For electricity you pay so much, so many dollars. What you are paying to the sun? Nothing. When you compare these big, big planets, who has created? We are seeing them, it is effect. So some cause must be there. That we call as the Supreme Consciousness. Karya anupravishya kim. All right, we agree, because you are telling that there is a cause. After entering into the effect, what happens? What happened? He says, Satya murtam techa amurtam abhavat. He has become the form and the formless. He says that which is having a form is grass and formless is subtle. He has become both elements with which this grass body and subtle body have created, have been manifested, we can say. Here, manifested in the form of name and form, if we say, we should always remember, as a Vedantin, these are all only superimpositions, imaginary. Then only you will be able to realize your Atman, or you will be able to experience it. The moment you get attached to the outer things, this glass body or the subtle body, you are losing the sight of your own self. That's why he says, you should always process this right thinking. Rather, we can put it as discrimination. Murta murtam hi avyakrita nama rupe atmaste. They are all in the self. And they are unmanifested, is a name and form. Through this Atman, they are manifested and they are having form and formless. Apravibhakta desha kale. This is very important. Name and form have been manifested, but they are inseparable from the self. That's why again and again I say they are superimposed. After all, what is name and form? You see, just to tell and talk. Is it not? And can you talk about Brahman, which is your own self? Yato vacho nivartanti. The moment you realize, you experience it, you become one with it. Then what you will talk? Even when you want to meditate deeply, then also you don't want any disturbance. And you have deeply merged in yourself, what you will talk? About Brahman, you have to experience only. And when compared to that particular experience, in your deep meditation, what are these names and forms? They are only to talk. Vachanam manamikaram namadeyam. Just to tell, to talk. The moment you open your mouth, you are talking something about your body or the nature or the world. That's why we are having the pictures of Dakshinamurti. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar, the first born sons of mentally born from Brahman, they are having the instructions from Dakshinamurti. He is not telling anything, just he says, Chinmudra Prakasha. This is the self and this is the Atman, they are one. Get away from all the three gunas, Sattva, Rajasthan. This much is truth. So it is not something to express through words. And the moment you open your mouth to talk of the universe, which is superimposed and which is imaginary, that's why we say they are inseparable from the self. And again, if we go back, if the self is there or if the consciousness is there, then only you can superimpose something on it. When a rope is there, then only you can superimpose the snake. And if rope is not there, you cannot superimpose. And even from the standpoint of the Supreme Atman or the highest realization, even in the past, present and future, there is no rope, there is no snake on the rope. Is it not? But because of superimposition, we see. When we see the snake, and in the snake there is no rope, just we have seen. Natvaham teshu te mai. Everything is in me, but I am not in them. Because they are only name and form and they perish, they are transitory, they are changing. And changing things are never permanent. Then he says, all right, he has become the form and formless. Afterwards, Niruktancha niruktancha. That one you can define and the undefined has become. Defined in the sense this earth, water and fire. Undefined is space and air. It is not having a form. So what attributes you will give to it? But you cannot tell. It is undefined means it is not there because he is talking after creation, not before creation. This we should remember. After creating the elements, gross and subtle, then he again divides something we can define and something undefine. That is, this is according to the creation and the world, but not beyond. That we should remember. And Niruktam means the name that we give to a particular thing. That's why he says, as Aniruktam means that we cannot define it. Tad viparitam nirukta niruktepi murta murtiyor eva visheshane. First we told thing which is having a form and the things which are not having form. Form and formless. So these two, defining and undefining, or defined and undefined, these are the two adjectives to same of that form and formless. That's what he says. Satyatyachya pratyaksha aparokshe. Now these two words, we should know the meaning properly. Afterwards he also will be telling, but the word Sat and Tyat are Satya, Tyatya. Here, in the word, if you say Sat, because we are talking in the relative plane, Sat. That means a thing is there. It is having a name and form. And Tyat, it is not having a form. And you cannot define it. How? Nobody sees the son of a barren woman, but they talk. That is called Tyat, which we cannot define. Something like that, you see, the horn of a hare, son of a barren woman, or flower of a sky, all these things. But the thing is this, when you say Sat and Tyat, Tyat, Tyatya, Tyat. In the next page it is there about Tyat, farmers. So, it is these two things, they are used in the relative plane.
But the son of a barren woman is not Asat?
Asat also we can say. But here he is telling Sat and Asat, that also we can say. Here you see, you cannot define the illusion or the ignorance. You cannot say it's Sat, it is existing, And at the same time, you cannot say it is asat, like a barren woman. So the illusion itself is beyond these two things, sat and asat. And what to talk of Brahman? He is beyond the cause and effect. That is why, at least about the illusion, we cannot define it as sat or asat. A thing is, a thing is not. It is seen, but it is not there. Actually, as I told you previously, the illusion is not there outside. It is inside you, the ignorance. Because of your ignorance, you have seen something on the road. If a thing is there, they should have the connection with your eyes, and you will be able to see the object. But a thing is not there. But you say, I have seen. So where is it? Where from it has come? A man who has not seen a snake cannot even superimpose. And in reality, we know that it is not there in the past, present and future. So where from it has come? It is from your mind. You are ignorant of the rope. That's why you are seeing the snake. In the same way, the whole world is within you. You are carrying wherever you may go to the forest, deep forest. Even if you start meditating, your mind is with you and all the impressions you carry, and your mind starts oscillating. And the outside world is only, that's why you say it is transient, it is changing. You cannot change the outside world, even after realizing. So what you can do at best? You can change your vision. You can remove your impressions. You can cleanse your mind. And you can have the highest experience. That's why in the beginning, everybody should take the help of scriptures as well as the master. Because they have already crossed the path, they will be able to tell you. That's why we take guidance from all elderly people or the masters, whatever you may call. You should know from the master who has realized. That is, they say, Yatha Satchatyacha Pratyaksha Parokshe. And again he says, the Satya and Tyacha, the form and formless. He says, the seen and the unseen. Seen is called Pratyaksha and unseen is called Paroksha. You are seeing with your eyes. And something is behind you, you cannot see. But for the experience, it is different from these both. It is not seen and it is not unseen. It is not Pratyaksha, it is not Paroksha. Then it becomes Aparoksha, the experience. There are only two things, Pratyaksha, Paroksha and Aparoksha. So Aparoksha is the experience. That's why they call Aparoksha Anubhuti. Isn't it? But here he says, he is talking about the creation. That's why he says, Pratyaksha and Aparoksha, the seen and the unseen respectively. And it is having some supports and supportless also, he says. nilayam, anilayam, unsupporting. So all these attributes are for the same one, that which is having a form and which is not having a form, formless.
Maybe when you say about experience, it's also not a good term because for experience there is experiencer, which is different from experience.
But when you experience the Supreme Self in yourself, your mind is getting dissolved, the Tripudi is dissolving. Trinity of Tripudi. So then how can you say that the experiencer is there?
So experience is a
Experience, it's a process.
That's a problem. It is in time.
He says, but you should go beyond time. That's what Brahmavida Proti Param, he himself says. He is the experience, the highest bliss.
Before, I guess they say the word experience is
Hmm. That's why here he says aparokshanubhuti, becoming one with it.
direct perception.
Direct perception, you can say. After
Can you repeat the terms pratyaksha and paroksha and aparoksha?
Pratyaksha is you are seeing a thing before you, direct perception of a particular thing. That is pratyaksha. And which you are not able to see, many things are there behind you. That is called paroksha. And which is away from these two things, not pratyaksha, not paroksha, is aparoksha. That is what he is telling.
The word aksha means I. Prati,
Aksha,
suffix, prefix, which means before.
before you.
Para means behind. And apara means it is not behind.
It is not before you, it is not before. Vidiji versa.
So
So the
protection,
direct perception you can say, aparoksha.
so protection and paroksha are for relative world, and aparoksha
Is the direct experience. Aparoksha is direct experience, direct perception.
But here's the word paroksha for intellectual understanding and aparoksha direct experience.
That also the paroksha you are having. That's why previously a story has come. 10 people crossed the river and they are not counting themselves. And they started weeping. They are only counting 9. So some third person comes. The 10th person is there, he says. And that is called paroksha jnana. And when he says, when you count, including yourself, now 10 has come. Then he has experienced 10 fellow is there. That is called approach. So, tyaditi pranadi aniruktam. That means formless, is all vital force and other things, he says. Tadeva anilayanam should be there, he is. Allah is omitted, I think. Yeah. In page 360. Cha ato visheshanani amurtasya vyakrita vishayani eva etani. All these attributes or adjectives we have used only for the things that which are manifested. That is it. Vijnanam, Chetanam, Avijnanam, Tadrahitam. And again he says, sentient, insentient things he says, that is, we may put in other way also, the consciousness and matter, avijnana. Pashanadi, that is there in sentient. Satyam cha vyavahara vishayam adhikarat na paramat satyam. Now we see what I told you previously, that he is telling truth in a relative sense, as seen in the ordinary experience, and not absolute truth. Only absolute truth is one, not many. But we are talking after the creation. First he has explained that why he have started this discussion. He says Brahmavita Apnoti Param. All right. Then what is the meaning of Tatsushva Tadevan Pravishat? You are experiencing the highest in your own heart. This much is Sushva Pravishat. Then after creation what he did, he has become so many things. The things which are having form and which is not having form, which you can define and define all these things is there. So all these things what he is narrating is only after creation. That's why we have to take the Satyam in the relative sense. The things which are there, say the fire and the water and earth. We can define them. They are having a form. And the other two things, space and air, they are not having a form. So truth he says, here it has been used in the relative sense. The absolute truth is but one and it is Brahman. Ekameva hi paramatha satyam Brahma. Only one. That's why the experiencer is not different from it. That means there is no illusion, there is no ignorance, there are not two things, no duality at all. Yah punar vyavahara vishayam apekshikam satyam. So here the truth we are using in the relative sense. Mrigatishtikadi anditapekshaya udakadi satyam uchyate. From, say when you say mirage, when compared to that, there is no water. But in the relative sense, there is water. In the same way, this Satyam that we are using, not in the real sense, but as a comparison for a superimposed thing and a thing that which is not superimposed, in the relative sense. The water which we are seeing and the water in the mirage. That is Andatam. So the Satyam is the real water and Andatam is the water which we see in the mirage. Kim punaha eta sarvam abhava satyam paramatha satyam kim punastat. And he has become all these things. What is that then? He says, Kim punastat. Then, see, the cause which we told you in the beginning, we have defined that Supreme Consciousness Brahman, which is the cause Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So, it is Brahman for the topic under discussion, where from we have started. Yasmat satyadikam mutta dharma jatam yatkinchidam saram avasishtam vikara jatam ekameva sat shabda vachyam brahma bhavat. So whatever we see, the things which we see in this world as manifested things, you are defining them as true, but all these things have come out of Brahman only. Sat Shabda Vacham Brahma Abhavat. Abhava Nama Rupa Vikarasya Tasmat Tad Brahma Satyam Ityachakshate. And all that is all modifications have come from the Brahman. And the seen and unseen, which are the outcome of that Brahman. and the modifications such as name and form. We are seeing Brahma bhavat tat vyatirekena abhava. Besides Brahman, there is nothing is there because everything is manifested from it. Everything has come out of it. Whatever you are seeing in the dream has come out of you only. In the dream you are seeing the light and you are seeing the dreams also. So you are the creator. They are all your own outcomes. From you they have manifested. So they are not different from you. And the dream which you are seeing, you are experiencing, you wake up and tell it is nothing. Oh, in the same way, here, the dreamer is real. Same way, the creator is real. Name and forms are unreal. The knower of Brahman, that's why one who experiences this Brahman is called the knowers of Brahman, call it truth. It is because it is existing, it is the cause, and until and unless you have the idea, the conception that all these things is superimposition, you cannot say, meditate or work hard, strive for realizing your own Atma. The moment you say, these all things are real, and if you get attached to that, you are losing your own Atma. You are getting away from it. Now again he says, the disciple asked the question whether it is existing or not. The existing and the non-existence. About that he has asked. Does Brahman exist or does it not? Prakruta tasya prativachana vishe etaduktam. So, to answer that everything is existing. Existence is nothing but truth. Because from that all these have been manifested. And the manifested things are having the name and form which are not real. If the cause is there, then only the effect will be there. And the cause is real, effect is changing, that is why it is, we call the word as transitory or unreal. All these things is telling. So existing, Brahman exists. It is said that the self-desire, let me become many, accordingly he created effects such as space, etc. And possessed of all these characters as seen and unseen, defined and undefined, all these things. And he is inside you, seeing and hearing, thinking and knowing, all these things he says. Etaduktam Atma Akamayata Bhausyanti. So, when he has asked whether Brahman is existing, then he answered yes. Because in a conscious thing only desire arises, and he is existing and he is truth and he is consciousness, and he desired to create this world. These things have been told. Sa yatha kamam cha akashadi karyam satyatadi laksham sushtva. And he has created all these things with form and without form and entered into them. And when he has entered into the individual, he is having these experiences. He has become the seer, hearer and thinker, thinking and knowing, all these things are there. Bahu bhavat tasmat tadeva idam akashadi karanam. That which has become many, it is the cause of the space, etc. And that effect and not only the effect, that is which is inside the effect. First we told it is the cause, and all these things are effect. And what is there inside the effect? Karyastham. Parame vyoman hriday guhayam nitam. And that which is inside the effect is inside you. That is vyoman hriday guhayam nitam. It is inside you. Tat pratyaya avabhasa visheshena upalabhyamanam. With a special, that to say, with a particular impression of the mind, pratyaya, knowledge. What is that knowledge? As I told you previously, you may be remembering, if we ask somebody to show that fire, without any support, you cannot show the fire. You should have some charcoal or a piece of wood, something. This we say indhanarudha vahani. The fire on the piece of wood. Separately you cannot show. In the same way, you have to evacuate your mind, and only one particular impression should dominate. It may be of your chosen deity, or it may be of Brahma. I am the Supreme Consciousness. Whatever you like, you can have it. Now, the impression is in the mind. And as I told you, the mind is matter. The impression of that Supreme is also not real, because it is mind. But if you stay for some time in your deep meditation, it becomes one with the Supreme. You are as you have seen the fire on a piece of firewood. In the same way, when you are having one particular impression dominating in your mind, to some extent you experience. The pure mind is not different from the pure consciousness. But I told this impression is unreal because it is in the mind. Then what happens? After some time, it dissolves. The mind dissolves. And you are what you are. You are in your own self. That's why he says pratyaya means a particular knowledge, not a particular thing. Tat pratyaya avabhasa visheshena. In Vedanta it is termed Brahmakara Vritti. From that you will get it. Upalabhyamanam asti. You will be able to realize, understand, and you can say, it is existing. Iteva vijaniyat. Now, etasmin arthe brahmanokte. Now all these things have been explained about these 5 sheets and the entrance, and then how to realize, because these are all the effects, all these things have been told by the Brahmana portion. Sloko mantro bhavati. So the Vedas are divided into 4 portions: the mantra, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishad. The Upanishads, the supreme knowledge, it is in all the 4 portions. Now, the portion which has been explained by the second part now has been retold by the first part. Brahmana and Samhita or mantra. Purveshu annamayadi atma prakashakaha panchasvapi evam sarvantaratamam atma astitva prakashakopi. Though we have explained you It is inside all these 5 seats. Annamaya to this blissful seat, though it is Sarvantaratamaha, the consciousness is inside these 5 sheets. This we have already explained to you. And it is giving light to all these sheets. And not only that, because of that particular consciousness, those the outer sheets are matter, as if they are moving, we are seeing, acting. That's why ko hevanyat kapranyat iti akasho anando nasya. Akasha is the space inside. If their bliss is not there, how can you enjoy? How can you have the inhalation and exhalation? How can you enjoy the worldly things? Because it is the highest bliss that which is inside your heart. Because of that, if it is not there, what you can enjoy? You cannot. Ko hevanyat kapranyat idya akasha anando nasya. So it is giving light to all these things that has been retold. All these things have been retold by the mantra stanza, first portion of the Vedas. That's what it says. So slowly we have moved to the chapter 7. Asadvaidamagra asit. Page 362. Asadvaidamagra asit. Asad means we cannot tell that a thing it is not existing. Unmanifested, the names and forms are not unmanifested. Unmanifested state of Brahman is there. Asat means unmanifested state of Brahman is there. Name and forms are not manifested. That's why in Sanskrit there is another word, avyakta, not manifested. Vyakta means to get manifested, to take the form. After creation, vyakta. We can experience with these organs and etc. That is vyakta. And there is no name and form before creation. And where from you are created, that is there. As I told you, the jar is there already in the clay. That's why he takes the clay and makes a jar. He is not taking simple sand and making a jar. He knows there is no jar in the sand. In the same way, if he wants some oil, he takes particular seeds and gets oil. And he is not taking the sand again to make oil, because he knows it is not there. In the same way, the whole world, which we see as manifested thing, is already there without having any name and form, that we call avyakta or asat. Before creation, it is asit, it is. It is means something is there. We cannot deny the existence. That's why tato vaisada jayata, from that all these things have manifested, which we see as name and forms. Tad atmanam swayam akuruta. And now if you say these things are created, where from they were created? He says he himself has transferred into this name and form and the universe. Tasmat tas sukrita muchyate iti. That's why it is said to be the Sushtukrutam Sukrutam, Swayam Krutam Sukrutam, which is well created or it is created by himself. Whatever you do, that is Swayam Krutam. Swayam means by oneself. Swa, the word Swa in Sanskrit carries 4 meanings. The Atman, Swa, and then the money also is called Swa, money, and which belongs to one's own things is called Swa, and the relatives. So like this, so many meanings are there, but here you have done for yourself, that is called Swakritam. In the same way, the God has created from him all these things. That's why it is called Sukrutam. Sukrutam uchyate yadvai tat sukrutam raso vaisaha. What has been created by the self, it is say full of ambrosia rasa, we can say it is full of bliss. Rasam hevayam ladva anandi bhavati. So one who gets this ambrosia or the rasam or the bliss, he is also getting highest bliss, and he is in full bliss. After taking full wine, one enjoys, forgets all the world. Like that, after getting this highest experience, he becomes one with that, and he forgets about the world. He is in himself. Ko heva anyat ka pranyat desha akasha anand. Same sentence has come, you see. If the bliss, if the inside cavity of your heart, if it is not having bliss, where from one gets this bliss? Where from one can get? Matram upajivanti, as I told you already, just a small portion of that bliss we are enjoying through these worldly objects. And most of the people, because of the ignorance, because they are attached to this body and mind, they are satisfied with these worldly enjoyments. They don't go inside. They are not bothered. But they do have some faith. Some creator is there, some God is there. So they go and beg him so many things. See, Brahma vidapnoti param tadeshabhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo vedanitam guhayam parame vyoman so stute sarvan kaman brahmanasa. If one realizes in his own heart the Supreme Self, he is becoming one with Brahman, and he is able to enjoy the bliss of all the universes. See, he is having such a bliss inside, and because of ignorance he forgets it, he is not remembering it, and goes to a temple, goes to a particular idol, and going on asking, give that, give this. This is just like going to a king and asking a banana fruit. He is a king, he can give you anything. He can give you so much of prosperity. But it is something that because everything is, that is the speciality of the Vedanta. This is called Apurva, Apurvata. Everything is within you and the highest bliss is within you. You need not beg anything, anybody. The joy and happiness which you are getting through the outside objects is very, very, very minute. That is why here he says, who can enjoy with the inside have it if there is no bliss? And He is giving the bliss to all. And it is not restricted to only some particular persons. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhareva samantavya. He may be having most bad qualities, but giving up them, giving all those bad qualities, if he prays with a real heart, and he is a saint, he says. Valmiki, we have heard. So many people are there. In recent years, there was a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna whom we call Girish Chandra Ghosh. Girish Chandra Ghosh. He did all sorts of nonsense in his life. And he says, if you gather all the bottles which those wine I have taken, it will be like a mountain, he says. Bottles of wine. If you gather them and put together, it's just like a big mountain, he says. He himself says. Such a man, giving up everything, surrendered to Sri Ramakrishna, and he realized that yes. See. So, because the bliss is within you, you are getting from Anandeti. You are having money, you can distribute. That's why Swami Vivekananda says another thing. If you are in a morose, or if you are in a sorrowful mood, don't go outside and distribute this disease to others. You set up in your room and so this nature is within you already. That's what this is. Anandayati, Anandaya. Yada he veshi etasmin adasya anatmya nrityaline abhyam pratistham vindate. And he gets the highest bliss when he becomes, when he experiences the yes, the bodiless, inexpressible, supportless Brahman. And he becomes fearless, he says. Abhyam pratistham vindate. Yada evasi etasmin udram antaram kurute. But the moment you make little difference, that he is different and I am different. The Supreme Lord is within you, and He is the creator of this all universe. You are one with it. You can experience Him within your own heart. But the moment you make a little difference, you are having fear. That's why Shankara never agrees this duality. Are you a king of kings? You are the master of the world. And again start begging. Going to a temple and an idol. What is this? That's why many times he says, I am the example. I am the realized person. Even he told Goddess Lakshmi, she has to agree. Where from it has come? From his own self-experience.
What did he say?
He says, Lakshmi, see, want to give the golden fruits were dropped. What you call? Malabalan, what you call? Huh?
Gooseberry.
Goose.
That's the word.
So he is having that much of confidence. And he is always remembering that I am not the body. So when Kapalika came and asked to give, he said he is ready to give. Take it away. In the night, but you be careful. My disciples are there. So you come in the midnight and meditating, you take away my head. They are an attachment to the body. That we call dispassion. Because he knows what he is and he is experiencing it in each and every moment. Not that he is experiencing sitting only in meditation, etc. And here he says, so don't make difference. Even in Puranas and even in all the bhakti cult, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, in 18th chapter the Gita comes. What is this bhakti, he says? The highest, thinking that I am one with the chosen deity, I am one with the Atma. Not this is the bhakti which ordinary people they go. But it is essential, you see. Everybody cannot reach the highest. That's why by step they have to go. So all the temples are necessary, all the bhakti cult is necessary, all the rituals are necessary, all these things. Mr. previously I told, Prathama Pratima Puja, Japastutis Madhyama, Uttama Manasi Puja, Soham Bhava Uttamotam. I am that is supreme. Soham Bhavo Uttamottama. This is the yes. But in the beginning all these things are necessary. So don't entertain any difference between the Supreme Consciousness and yourself. Whenever you think, in your meditations, think that I am that. That is within me. But don't entertain the same idea in the relative plane. Everybody is one, everything is one. If you start telling, you will be in trouble. Bhavadvaitam sada kuryat. In your feelings, in your deep meditation, you should entertain this idea of that oneness. Kriyadvaitam na karishe, but in the relative plane don't entertain this idea. Be careful. Tatteva bhayam vidusho manvanasya tadapyesha sloko bhavati. Even for this, we are having again another stanza, he says. So, another stanza.
To express this, there is another stanza.
So now this is the original portion of the text. Now we are having the commentary. Asadvaidamagrasi. Before manifesting, it is without names and form. Vyakrita nama rupa vishesha viparita rupam avyakritam brahma. So without having name and forms, it is called avyakrita, not manifested. Asad. Na punar atyant mein avsad. It is not a thing like a son of a barren woman or a horn of a hare. It is. So don't entertain this idea of asat. Nahi asatah sajjaya. Sat janma asti. From void, nothing is formed. So something should be there. When he has created such a big world, he is something. From him he has taken out. So how can you tell he is not existing? Idam api nama rupa visheshavad vyakritam jagad agre purvam. Even before the creation of this name and form, it is prag utpatte brahma. Brahma iva asat sabdavachyam asi. So before creation, as we say, that Brahman is that has been told with this word asat. Tato asato vai sat pravibhakta nama rupa vishesham ajayata. From that, these all things have been created, which is having name and form. Kim tataha pravibhaktam karyamiti pituriva putraha. Says, why you are alone talking? I do want to. Says,
So why the mantra doesn't say Avyaktam or something more?
huh?
Why does it say Asat and not Avyaktam?
Avyakta name and forms were not there before creation.
But why does the script, why does the Upanishad say Asat?
See, because for an ordinary man, he should understand where from the creation has come and what is the real form of this creation and how it is transitory. Adhyaropa apavadabhyam nishprapancham prapanchite, told in the beginning, it is not having any attributes. Brahman is not having any form. If I say only one word, only Brahman alone is there and you are that and this world is not, Vedanta is finished.
Ishvara is asking, instead of
Avyakta.
Avyakta, why the Upanishad has used the word Asat? instead of
That is your
Avyakta?
question. No. He says why these words are used.
But my question is why Shankara had to explain it as Avyakta
Yeah.
and not in the original mantra. Why did they not say Avyakta? Why did they say Asat, which is confusing?
It is confusing, no doubt, because you see, this is as it is. Yatha puram akalpyati Vedas, the scriptures are as they are. So what is there that you have to explain? You cannot put a question. Yesterday I told you about the example of the Kumaral Bhatta. If the scriptures are real, then I should be saved, he told. Because he has used the if. So don't raise any doubt. What is there that you accept?
Somewhere even Maya is denoted by the word Avyakta.
In Gita also says, Dvavimo Purusho Loke Ksharas Saksharev Cha Ksharas Sarvani Bhutani Kutasto Aksharuchite. Kutastha there he says it is Maya. Kutestitha Kutastha.
So Avyakta is used for many things in various places in Upanishads. Somewhere it is also used for Maya, by illusion. But Asat is pure and clear. Asat word is not used for anything else apart from Brahman anywhere in this 10 Upanishads or in Gita or something. To be more precise and more clear, Asat Vaidam Rasi.
And again he says, from how, from what something can come. So it is.
Katham Asat Asat Jani. How can something come out?
Out of nothing.
Katham
Kim tatha pravibhaktam karyamiti pituriva putra netya. So, you are telling a cause is there and effect is there. Is it like something that a son born to your father? He says no. Says tat asat sabda vachyam swayameva atmanmeva kuruta. What we have defined as asat, that itself has transformed into the world. See, yasmad evam tasman brahmaiva sukutam swayam kartri uchyate. So he himself has. The whole thing is, you see, just to understand and experience, in which most of the people are having many doubts. They were already in the world. You are having so many difficulties, and the scripture is telling you like a mother, you are already that, try to remove your ignorance and have the experience of the highest bliss. For your good it is telling. So, though it is confusing, Because in the relative plane we are not able to experience, we say, but we can force our mind to see. That's why you see, a poor villager, farmer came to Sri Ramakrishna and asked, I want to realize the highest. And how to explain what is Brahman to him? So Sri Ramakrishna says, what you like more? Which is the thing or an object which you like more? He says, my lamb. So think that he is your Lord Krishna and start serving. By serving, seeing the Lord Krishna in it, he has realized. He started seeing Lord Krishna everywhere. So it is something like that. Though for an ordinary person, you cannot tell just in a short that only Brahman is real and you are that, and this world is not. What he will understand? In day-to-day life he is having so many experiences. So to take him slowly, we have these scriptures. So they tell about the creation, how the creation started, and what is this real nature, why it is unreal. So much logic they give, they speak rationally. Swayam Guruta, Brahman is created by himself. From him everything has come, so only one thing is there, that is real, that is Brahman, that is yours. So 24th class is over. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Om Vadvyaptate.
దాని తర్వాత ఆ అక్షరం ఎప్పుడు ఉందంటే చాలా ఆగిపోతుంది.